Welcome to Spoop Squad, the podcast that watches horror films that go flop in the night. I'm your spoopy host, Jared, and I'm here with...
Hey, I'm Nick. What's up?
And I'm Tater Salad. I'm Nathan. I'm just kidding. I had everybody fooled.
We're so lucky to have Ron White on this episode with us tonight.
They threw me out the bar head first.
Disclaimer, Ron White is actually not on the show with us.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
Just wanted to go ahead and throw that in there.
I'm not Ron White. I'm Tater Salad.
Tater Salad White. So tonight we watched Circus Kane. This movie comes from 2017. It is a 4.5 out of 10. Them good ratings.
That's 4.5s out of 10.
Yeah, like 4.5 stars out of 10 stars.
It's 4.5 stars out of 10 stars.
It's not 4.5 stars. That would just be 2 stars.
Nick, what's our percentage on that?
I've been trying not to say it. But I think it's around 62.5%.
That's pretty close.
Because that 0.5, right? If you carry the 1.
That's totally it.
Come on, Nick. Make some more math jokes.
So we watched Circus Kane.
Circus Kane, 4.5 out of 10.
4.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
On IMDb. We watched this film on Amazon Prime. It is included with your Prime account. So
That's Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Nick, why don't you give us a synopsis?
Yeah, what's it?
Oh, well, since you asked, sure. I happen to have it open.
Oh, okay. 'Cause you just happen to be doing your job on the episode.
Well, sometimes things happen, man. I don't know. Usually I have to open it up.
Shut up and read the synopsis.
A reclusive circus master invites a group of social media stars to his house of haunts, period. Anyone who can make it out before being scared into submission will earn $250,000. But the stars soon learn they are not only competing for money, but also fighting for their lives.
So wait a second. Why the fuck did you give us that one period?
But you didn't do it for the rest of it.
Didn't do it the rest of the time. We need that punctuation.
I thought about it.
I don't know how exciting this. I don't know how exciting the synopsis is.
I really thought about it, but then decided it was best not to. For the overall time of the episode, we didn't want to waste any time.
Fuck it, Nathan.
God.
What's your one good thing?
My one good thing is that this entire movie is a really intense escape room.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like they had to find a key that's in a drawer, but the key's not in the drawer, it's in a box, and when you open the box and you shake it, then the key falls out. And then you have to find the key in the eye of the thing. You know, a lot of keys that they had to find.
Yeah.
It was excellent. This is not an escape room that I would want to do.
Nick, what's your one good thing?
Okay, so my one good thing is that there was a simpler time when everyone's last words meant something. And Balthazar Kane, actually, his last words were so just wonderful. When he said, magic is sacrifice, and then gets blown away by the police. And just there was a time when that your last word meant something, and I thought that was really powerful. And I really liked that. That was one good thing.
Balthazar Kane did have really good like monologues and lines.
Yeah, he kind of did.
I mean,
probably the better of the group.
Aside from Moll from Night Court,
yeah,
he was the best actor.
Moll is a national treasure.
Absolutely.
My one good thing is definitely whenever Lipnicki says, "My Instagram is lit as fuck."
Wait. It's that over when Big Ed calls him Mark Wahlberg and he goes, "I'll take that as a compliment."
I'll take that as a compliment.
And then later,
he's the voice of a generation.
And then later on, he starts talking in a Boston accent. He's like, "Say hello to your mother for me."
I mean, there are some good one-liners in this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the breakdown of the kills.
Boom, boom, beep, boom, boom, beep, beep. That was some Skrillex.
Some breakdown.
So number 1 is Jake. It's a pretty. He just gets sawed in half. So.
By like crazy psycho killer clown.
Yeah, who?
With a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks it's just a gag.
They're like, oh no, he's in on it.
Yeah. They're like, oh, clearly he's a plant. He was put here.
He's just been talking about social media all the time.
Do any of y'all know him?
No, do any of us know anybody?
Ever? Really? Can you ever truly know really another person?
I was married for 3 years and I didn't have any idea who this person was.
Yeah, me too.
Shut up, Nick. What's the next one?
Number 2, Big Ed. I was really sad he died this early because he was so bad, but funny in a terrible way.
Wait, was Big Ed really the second death?
Yeah, there were some injuries.
Yeah, there were injuries.
Okay.
But he was number 2. He just has a heart attack and falls onto one of those little strength test things.
I would have been so happy if he died before the movie.
No, he grows on you.
Not me.
He grew on me. Ooh. You mean porn star Tony Stark?
Yeah, dude, I'm serious. If there was a fucking porn of any Avengers movie, this guy would be, absolutely.
Boney Stark.
Yeah, Boney Stark.
Yeah, I think so. That's fair. Number 3, Billy gets the axe.
Billy got hit in the back with an axe.
He did.
After the clown bit his finger off. It bit off his
pinky. Definitely had his pinky.
Nobody worried about the clown until it got up and killed him.
Well, it disappeared.
It was still in the fucking room. Like, I get the whole plot, like the idea of this movie, not the plot, but the thing is misdirection. But come on. Nobody saw the fucking the evil clown in the room?
I did. I saw it.
High five. So number 4, Roxy runs into the maze of barbed wire.
Barbed wire?
Barbed wire.
Bob wire? Did you say bob wire?
Yeah,
Does it specifically belong to Bob?
Yeah. It is Bob's wire. It's barbed wire.
It's Bob's wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys won't understand my connection to barbed wire, not barbed wire, but it's fine. You don't need to. It's barbed wire. This thing's about.
But it's not though.
No, this was barbed wire.
Okay.
Wait, the Pamela Anderson movie?
Yes. Number 5 is Greg. He gets torn apart with some hooks. It's pretty bloody, but you don't really see it.
No, you just see the blood splatter.
Yeah,
and it's like they took a bucket and just like dumped
Yeah.
out fake blood onto the other actors
You see the
that were
hooks,
left.
They get him in the shoulders, and then he just explodes, I guess.
Yeah.
Which
Because
was awesome.
Clowns are superhumans or something. And then, coming again to number 6, Carrie gets choked to death, but bleeds from her neck. So
Yeah.
that was weird.
Her name was Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Okay, so
No, I was on IMDb looking for all these people's names as they died.
as she's being choked, a very slow death, they're just like
There's just
standing around, just screaming, like,
Yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, fucking help. I mean,
Tracy and Scott.
yeah. Jonathan Lipnicki.
Nobody in this movie until the last 2 attempts to do anything to save anybody else.
No,
Yes.
they don't.
They're just like, well, that's one less person that's not getting $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7.
Their Instagrams will no longer be lit as fuck.
Maybe their followers will come after me now.
Probably
Follow
not.
me now. Not come after me, because then that would be a whole nother movie. Number 7 is the Nazi zombie.
Circus Kane bang. You're coming after me.
Number 8 is Scott Orr.
Who's Scott Orr?
Who did Scott play? Or who played Scott?
Jonathan Lipnicki.
Yeah. He gets stabbed in the back, which is possibly the most uncreative death in this movie. because he just gets stabbed in the back, and then once he's dead, they just hack him to pieces, and you don't see. It's just very like
the clowns are just hitting him with like axes and stuff, and blood's just squirting up.
Well, they did it because it's supposed to be like this intimate moment between Scott and Tracy, and then he just gets like stabbed in the back.
Like he's about to redeem himself from being
lit as fuck.
Like the worst character in the movie.
Yeah.
Worse than Big Ed?
No, he was definitely worse than Big Ed.
Yeah.
Big Ed was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he had a role. Jonathan Lipnicki just had like factoids about himself.
He had a role too.
Not really.
He was Jonathan Lipnicki to get people to watch this, I guess.
Nope, not why I watched it.
Nope.
And then the last kill is Balthazar Kane. And
that's probably the saddest one.
Only, I guess, because his daughter's watching?
Yeah, well, unless you've seen the movie before, then you don't know that it's his daughter yet.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because they try to make you believe that this girl is a boy.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Misdirection.
Not like as Tracy, but like before.
As Travis.
Whenever they're explaining like the misdirection thing, in like the intro of the film, he calls this obviously little girl Travis, and it turns out to be Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of like Sleepaway Camp, but in reverse.
I don't really think that it's misdirection. I think it's just a straight up fucking lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty offended by
misdirection.
Look at the fire.
The prestige.
So one thing that I want to point out about Balthazar's death, he gets shot in the head, and then the cop says, "I'm not going to warn you again." He fucking shot him in the head.
And then he turned around and gave a monologue.
Shot. Yeah.
He's like, "You hit my speech centers. Now I must talk longer. Wave my cane around, boys."
Secondly, I want to say this. Big Ed, to me, was probably the fucking worst.
I loved him.
I hated him.
Yeah.
No, I loved him because I hated him.
I hated him from the first moment I saw him on the screen, and he was trying to sell, or he was trying to buy something for like $1,300, and then the guy who was selling this, I think they were photos, right? So
of Betty Grable, but they only refer to her as Grable.
As Grable.
You know, Grable from Adventure Time.
This guy is selling photos. Yeah, thumbs up, you did it. Good job.
I made an Adventure Time joke. I'm sad that's off the air now. They finished it.
I'm so proud of you. So he's selling these photos of Grable, right? And
Grable.
First, Big Ed offers him $1,300, and then all of a sudden he gets this invitation of a golden cassette to go to this Balthazar Kane game, which he is the only one that gets a golden cassette. Everybody else gets a text message for some stupid ass reason. But the guy says, "Okay, fine, I'll take the $1,300." And then Big Ed's like, "I think inflation hit, so I'll give you a $1,000."
Which I think would go the other way.
No.
The dollar would be less valuable.
Yeah, but
yeah, if the dollar's less valuable, then the cost would, or the price that he would give more money to have the same value.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
now,
Nick was right about a smart thing.
Now, if he said demand skyrocketed, nope, that wouldn't work either, because then, if demand dropped,
demand plummeted.
Yeah, which I mean, arguably could it get any less for these? I don't know. I don't know the market for, what is this chick's name? Grable?
Betty Grable.
Betty Grable. Yeah, I don't know the market for that.
So.
You're just like Jonathan Lipnicki in the movie, who's like, "Who's that? I'm a young person."
I'm a young person.
No. So I don't know the market for it.
I want to bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
After the guy accepts the $1,000, Big Ed goes into the cash register
and hands him a wad of ones.
And hands him ones. I did not know $1,000 was consistent of $4 bills.
Yeah, he literally handed him like $10, and then he doesn't even like make a show of like like trying to hide the money. Like you see that they're $1 bills.
Yeah. It's like probably one of the most ridiculous moments, and you're going to miss it if you don't watch, if you're not paying attention.
Like, how bad is the budget for this film that they couldn't afford prop money?
Well, the worst thing about it was it really pulled me out of the narrative because I was really sucked into this story before that.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
Yeah, 100%. I was very committed.
Because Big Ed, like, made you immersed into the film.
Can we refer to him as Boney Stark from now on, please?
So, what really got you about Boney Stark was all of his accents. And impressions,
and
which are not great.
He shows a lot of respect to the other characters, and that's nice. I like that. You know, you don't see that a lot in these asshole characters that they put out.
I definitely, he definitely had accents and stuff. Like, or I guess he was trying to do like character voices or whatever, or of like famous people. There were some that I was just like, I don't know what that is.
So no,
and I'm old too. I do not know this.
So whenever they're all getting the text messages, if you notice, every single one of their fucking phones is just shattered.
I thought it was just Lipnicki's that was shattered.
No. There were several.
The guy that was arguing with his girlfriend or wife.
Yeah, Greg.
His was cracked, but it wasn't shattered. Jonathan Lipnicki's was the only one that was shattered. The others had a crack or something. But
exactly.
I mean, his was the only one that was beat to shit.
His was beat to shit, but I'm saying, like, they all had cracks in their phones.
Well, this actually goes into building the backstory for his character because he owes people money, so he can't afford to buy a new screen or phone.
Yeah, they all
It's actually a very deep
need
character.
the money. So I guess having a broken phone, a cracked screen on your phone means that you need money.
I'm glad you say that because Carrie even says, who doesn't need $250,000?
Need or want?
Well, I mean... I could really use $250,000.
Yeah.
Looking at you, MeUndies.
Per episode.
Per episode.
That's our rate. Get at us.
Blue Apron. Get over here.
Blue Apron, I would just take a free subscription. Thank you.
I mean, what are some of the other ridiculous moments?
I love when they go into, like, it's Scott, Carrie, and Big Ed, and they're going through that hallway where as soon as Scott steps on the first pedestal, they can't touch the floor, and the first thing that they do,
the floor is lava.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's hot, you know, and Scott's like, why don't we just walk around it, and he's like, and so Ed like reaches down and touches the back of his hand to the floor, and it burns him, and then he proceeds to hold it as if it's a T-Rex arm. And it's just, it's useless. I burned the back of my hand. Also, Ed has heart problems.
Ed does have heart problems.
Yeah. So arguably his death was caused by being scared.
Yeah,
heart
a
attack.
jump scare.
I thought you were just going to say by being an American.
Proud to be an American. So, but then, like, he steps weird onto something, and then he touches the wall, and he's like, "Oh no, the wall's hot too.
Oh no, wall's hot.
The walls are heated too." And it was just such a hilarious moment that I'm just like, this fucking guy
and then
just
they
keeps
have
burning his hand.
The pendulums as well.
But here's what's so great about it is that they use all of this like practical effect makeup and stuff through the whole thing, and a lot of it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't afford to like make his hand look like he burned it. They were just like, we ran out of makeup, so just
hold it weird.
Well,
give yourself a strong hand.
What if it was a second degree burn that you can't see as easily as a third degree? We don't know which degree.
It wasn't even red. So I love that moment. Just that I just think the whole thing is ridiculous and it's hilarious. Also, because this is happening it's supposed to be happening at the exact same time, is what's going on in the other hallway with all of like the barbed wire and it is all like just regular barbed wire. Like, just don't touch the barbs and you're fine. But they're acting like this obviously dull wire is just razor sharp. Like, they couldn't get like fake razor wire.
Yeah, they could have.
But they did not.
They did not. They got the fake barbed wire.
Bob,
eat a dick. Okay, so you bring up the practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention that all of a sudden this movie turns into the fucking Dark Knight because the SWAT truck comes in and the two people that are collecting like all of the contestants to put them in the back of the SWAT truck are wearing the same fucking mask as the clowns in the Dark Knight.
That's true. Speaking of the SWAT van, what about when they're sitting there and Big Ed starts singing that song and everyone's just fucking into it?
Except for Carrie. Carrie was not into it, but everybody else was.
Carrie was like reading that paper or whatever, the flyer.
Yeah.
But like fucking everybody else is like just stoked and they're like, oh yeah. And when they finish, they're like, woo, woo, clapping.
Woo,
and I was like,
yeah.
are you fucking kidding me? This guy who's been nothing but an ass to all of you. Who, I mean,
well, they were looking for common ground, and he found it. So arguably, he's the hero of the scene.
Yeah, for singing this song,
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that was so good. That's so good." And
I love that after the scene, they get drugged or gassed, and it knocks them out immediately. And then when they wake up. And what is it Big Ed says? He's like, that's worth being drugged. Why the fuck did nobody think, hey, this is a sign we should go? Because I don't think any of these people have had any sort of training. Like, okay, if you get abducted, try and count how far you, like seconds, how far you've gone out of turns you take. These people don't fucking know what they're doing. Why did you need to drug them?
also, I have never been gassed at an escape room.
Yeah, me either.
Well, they weren't in the escape room yet.
I have something. What
I thought you were
about...
going to say you've been gassed in an escape room.
No, not yet.
He has been in an escape room with me, and I'm gassy.
And he is gassy. What about whenever Tracy gets out of the back of the truck and asks Greg, how long was I out?
And he's
I
like,
don't fucking
I
know.
don't know. I was out too.
We were all out together.
Everybody was knocked out, Tracy.
Well, also,
You're not helping your case here.
their phones all worked.
Yeah.
And as I'm a young dude, as
I'm a young
Jonathan
person.
Lipnicki said, why was that not the first thing? They're like, fuck, I've been out. I'm going to check my lit ass Instagram. And then he would have seen what time it was.
Oh, fuck, no likes again. What about whenever Tracy and Scott meet Balthazar Kane and you see him in the hospital bed and stuff? And Scott's like, I'm going to gut you like a fish.
That's it, Scotty. Gut me like a fish. Now you've got it.
He looks like the guy from Mad Max Fury Road
Uh-huh.
that convinces all of his warriors to spray themselves in the mouth and say, you will ride shiny and chrome into Valhalla.
Witness
Tell
me.
me, yes, witness me, yes. Like, he looks just like that guy.
Yeah.
Except he has more hair because apparently his hair is immune to fire.
Yes. Also, I want to point out that Balthazar Kane, almost said Balthazar Zane, is just an older version of Bane from Batman.
A lot of Batman connections.
He wasn't
here.
born into the darkness, though. He just adopted it.
What he adopted was that green shit into his body, and then he
Which
suddenly
there
was
was
fine.
no explanation
There was
for that.
no explanation whatsoever.
No, but here's my question: is that if just like inhaling all this green gas just made you okay, why didn't you just do this a long time ago?
I have a question. This didn't occur to me until right now. Maybe you all saw this and I didn't. So that mask, he had it when he was on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
He took it off, talks to them, gets up,
Walks around.
and then did he actually pick it back up from the bed?
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't the question. Now what I have to ask is,
It
were those-
technically was a question.
no, but that wasn't that was leading to the question.
Okay.
Were those hoses actually connected to something?
Yeah, they were connected
Okay.
to like the vials of green stuff.
Okay, I just didn't see that. That's why I was like, maybe y'all did.
One of my favorite things of this movie is right before this, you have this amazing scene with a Nazi zombie where Jonathan Lipnicki just out of nowhere starts doing MMA fighting, and he's doing this like forearm elbow punch on the zombie, and every time he does it, he goes, hey, 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 with every hit. It's one of the funniest fucking things to me. I could not stop laughing.
And then he just snaps his neck.
And then he snaps its neck. And then fucking Tracy's looking at him like, you're a monster.
Well, yeah, because she's part of this, and she's like, fuck, that dude wasn't supposed to die. Poor Greg. I was supposed to get him drinks after this, and now
Wait,
he's
there's
just
two Gregs?
Two Gregs.
Oh, there was a Greg. As that popped into my head, I was like, fuck, I really hope there wasn't a Greg in this movie.
No, sorry. You misspoke. It's Craig.
Yeah, you're right. It's my speech impediment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that came out for a second.
Yeah, say Craig.
Greg.
You did it. We're so proud.
It came out right this time?
No.
It's perfect.
So whenever Tracy and Scott walk into the room where Balthazar Kane is in the hospital bed, it shows his heart rate, which is 122/79. Those are just numbers to me. I don't know. Somebody who is listening to this probably knows what that means. I have no idea.
Well,
I don't know if it's good or bad.
122 is 22/100. I've cut that. I'm sorry. That was so bad.
No, I'm leaving that.
Leave it. No, that's...
It's so bad.
I don't know how to do blood pressure, so... Are you going to look it up?
Wait. We have a fourth person here who could weigh in.
So what do those numbers mean, Hannah?
So perfect blood pressure is actually 120/80. So 122/79 is practically perfect.
So then why the fuck is he in bed?
He's practically perfect.
Well, Jared, it goes back into the theme of this movie, which is misdirection.
Oh, yeah. He was pretending to be old and frail when really he was real strong. And then he just sucked in that gas because... it makes him feel good.
No, that was again misdirection. That gas did not go into his lungs. It was just ejected out into the air somewhere. Those hoses weren't connected to anything.
It's a time loop. When he does that green gas actually gets pumped into the past, and that's what goes into the SWAT truck and makes everyone fall asleep.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And remember, this happened in Bassnick too.
So I remember Bassnick. I don't remember Bassnick 2.
I don't remember Bassnick at all. The name of the movie was Baskin.
Okay, let's close out these ridiculous moments. Are there any other moments that we've missed?
Yeah. When they walk into the room, they being the characters I can't remember their names of right now. It's when Greg.
Yes.
Actually, Greg this time. I'm not I'm saying it correctly. It is Greg, not
Yeah,
Greg.
not the Nazi.
Yeah, not Greg.
He starts pulling these like stuffed animals. Like he's like going through these stuffed animals, and then there's the clown that cut Jake in half. Very clearly not a fucking stuffed animal. Clearly. And he has no idea, and then it just goes like, yeah, and bites his finger off.
It bites
Billy.
Billy bites Billy's finger off.
Oh my bad. Okay, I was getting them confused. Okay, that's my fault.
Yeah. I can tell because they look so similar.
Well, they do. Well, it's all in their eyes.
So just so you know, Greg is an extremely douchey white guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a fuckboy haircut.
He does.
And he's wearing like a white button-down shirt tucked into his khaki pants.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not pay attention to his woman.
No, he does not. And Bill is actually the complete opposite. He is an older black gentleman who is a little chubbier, and he is a gamer.
He wears glasses.
He does wear glasses.
He is such a great gamer that when he puts the controller down,
he's
keeps
still playing
that
the game. Yeah,
yeah, it's impressive. It's a technique I'd love to learn.
Impressive.
Wait. Favorite Billy line. Go.
I just want to be back in my basement.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That's the best Billy line. I just want to go back home into my basement.
We just had this whole conversation about who was Billy and who was Greg, and I fucking got him confused. I was like, wait, that's the white guy, right?
Nick, I'm so sorry for you. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and move past that, and let's go ahead and get into the ratings. Nathan, what are you gonna do?
I'm definitely gonna give this a skull. I would watch this over and over and over again. This movie is hilarious. Like, it's kind of self-aware, but it's more like that they know what this is, even though it felt like Jonathan Lipnicki is like friends with the director and was like, "Hey, can I be in that?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay. I'll give you some of the douchey guy lines and I'll make him the nice guy and you can be the douchey guy." And Lipnicki's like, "Hell yeah, the human head weighs 8 pounds."
But do you think that in his contract he said, "You have to let people know my Instagram is lit as fuck"?
Absolutely.
I think that's what I would put in my contract if I was Jonathan Lipnicki.
No, totally.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, what's your rating?
I'm gonna give it a skull.
You sound confused.
Well, okay.
It was just very
is this
final.
another Billy? Is this another Billy and Craig
It's
thing?
not for the story or anything. It's really more of the characters were funny. Like Big Ed cracked me up.
Why?
Billy and Greg, because
he's
okay.
funny.
First of all, I misspoke. Boney Stark cracked me up. Yeah, because I mean, like, even though he was douchey, he was funny. Like, in a bad way that's entertaining. Like, oh my God, somebody wrote this and it made me laugh. Yeah, I found it entertaining. And while the plot of the movie, misdirection, was terrible and wasn't misdirection, it was a complete lie.
See, I feel like every time you say missed erection, it's like somebody stood you up on a date.
No, you have to have a date planned before they can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you need to lower your fucking standards for me.
A misdirection is when you misplace it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a skull, not for I think what they wanted it to be. It's just I thought the characters were funny and they made me laugh.
Mm-hmm. Jared,
I'm gonna make this 3 skulls.
hell yeah!
This movie, even though I don't like Big Ed, his character
Boney
just makes
Stark.
me cringe. Boney Stark, sure.
I definitely want to watch this movie again right now.
Okay, episode over. Let's go watch it again. No, but I mean, there are a lot of really good, like, quotable moments in this movie. There's a lot of funny moments. For what it is, it seems like they knew what they were trying to do with it. Even though they tried to get a little artsy with it and be like the whole misdirection thing, and that's like the overlaying theme.
What?
Nick, I know you're easily confused, man, but come on.
Dude, you looked at me. You gave me this side eye of like fucking seriously.
This is the funniest Nick has been on an episode. Like, you need to crush like 5 or 6 beers before we record every time.
So fuck it. Yeah, I'm giving it a skull.
Woo!
3
We did it.
skulls.
4
Go
4
watch
skulls.
this movie.
Wait, Hannah, you give it a skull?
I'll give it a skull.
No, say it in the microphone though.
Why would you not push it towards her before you ask her?
Wait, do I need to explain why?
If you want.
Yeah, I
you
think
want to.
yeah. Well, that's the format of the show. So if you want to go ahead and stick to that, please.
Okay, I'm going to give it a skull because I would watch it again for, what, a 3rd time?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just to hear Balthazar Kane say that he's insane in the membrane, because that was my favorite part.
Nice.
He's insane, got no brain. Because he got shot out by the cops.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he went on that excellent tirade. Thanks for listening, guys, to this episode about Circus Kane. It's so good. We want you hit up our Facebook at facebook.com/The Squad Podcast, or hit us up on Twitter at Spoop Squad and join in the conversation, and we can talk about this movie or other movies. Give us some suggestions. We love it. Keep it spoopy.
I hope you spoop your pants.